Daniel Mark is a YouTuber from the United Kingdom. He runs a channel called English Woodsman. For nearly 10 years, Daniel's been uploading videos about different types of camping in forest. Most of his content is calm and relaxing. He shows peaceful forests. He films himself staying alone during quiet nights outside. Nothing about his channel suggests danger, but in August of 2023, Daniel uploaded one video that felt very different from the rest. This time, he was camping in a woodland area not far from his home. At first, everything seems normal. The video opens with Daniel walking through the forest, speaking casually to his viewers. He eats berries along the trail. As he walks deeper into the woods, then he sees trash scattered along the path. Someone else has been here recently. That thought clearly bothers him.
Someone's been here. There's a lot of rubbish around here. Yeah, look at the state of this. Does get used, doesn't it?
After about 20 minutes of walking, Daniel reaches a clearing. This is where he plans to camp for the night. He sits down, leans against a tree, and starts eating his noodles. The forest around him is quiet. Nearly 25 minutes into the video, that's the moment he encountered something disturbing inside the location.
I'm going to be out Friday night, but I'm going away Saturday, so I've got a bit of a drive as well, so I didn't want to be tired, and it's going to throw it down Friday night as well, and rain camping is really good. Hello?
The moment he say hello, the footsteps stop. For the next few minutes, Daniel sits in silence. He continues eating. He tries to calm himself. But as the sun begins to set, then the sound returns.
There's that noise again now. Hello?
Once again, no one answers. No one can be seen. Around 40 minutes into the video, the footsteps come back. This time, they sound closer. Most people would have left immediately. But Daniel stays. He sits down again and finishes his meal, forcing himself to stay calm. Amazingly, for a short while, he seems to forget about the noise entirely. But as darkness takes over the forest, the footsteps return for a third time.
I'm going to be honest. I can't stay here now. I'm going to be a wimp. I don't care if people call me a wimp in the comments, but I can't stay here. I'm too unsettled. I'm nervous. I've done camping like this loads of times. I think I'm going to go find somewhere else. I'm leaving this spot.
After that final incident, Daniel packs up and moves away from the clearing. It's a decision that may have saved his life. To this day, no one knows what caused those sounds. One possibility is that an animal was moving through the grass, but Daniel mentioned the ground was wet. Wet grass doesn't make dry, heavy footstep sounds. Another possibility is far more disturbing. The footsteps were steady. Many viewers pointed out that animals don't walk like that. Then Daniel wasn't alone in those woods. He was being watched. And when you're deep in the forest, alone, at night, that is one of the most dangerous situations you can be in. Thankfully, Daniel trusted his instincts, because if he hadn't, there's no telling what might have happened to him that night. Since 2017, a YouTuber named Phil has been documenting his hiking adventures on a channel called Hikeslam. His videos focus on long-distance hiking, camping alone in remote areas. He shows how to pack properly, how to choose the right gear, and how to survive alone on the trail. But on the night before Thanksgiving in 2021, one hike turned into something deeply unsettling. Phil decided to go on an overnight trip. For the first 30 minutes, everything feels normal. The trail is quiet, the forest is peaceful. Then Phil notices something strange. On the side of the trail, he finds trash, plastic containers, wrappers. But these aren't ordinary. Written across them are words, full sentences, song lyrics. Someone took the time to write entire messages, only to throw them into the woods, and that's when the hike starts to feel wrong. As Phil continues deeper into the wilderness, the signs become more disturbing. Near his planned campsite, he finds more notes scattered along the ground.
The weirdness continues. What the hell? And there's a dead duck here. A very long note.
Lying next to the notes is a dead duck, placed there deliberately. Some of the notes read like cryptic poems. Others talk about conspiracy theories, federal agents, and hidden enemies. A few seem personal, as if the writer is sharing pieces of their own life. There's no way to prove the same person wrote the notes and killed the duck, but the timing is suspicious. The notes are clean, recently placed. After taking in the scene, Phil notices something even worse. About 20 yards away, and a fire. Someone is camping nearby. Keeping as much distance as possible, Phil moves up the trail toward a shelter. This next part isn't on camera, but later Phil explains what happened. Two women come down the trail with their dog. They ask Phil if he's seen the man leaving notes and dead animals behind. When Phil mentions the nearby campsite and fire, the women panic. They ask him to walk back to their car with them. Phil turns around and hikes in the opposite direction, searching for a safer place to spend the night. Thankfully, the rest of the hike is quiet. Eventually, Phil reaches a new shelter, lights a fire, and eats dinner, finally feeling some relief. But later that night, a few minutes later, once it got dark, Phil decided to enter the shelter. He wanted to check the camp log and read the notes and stories left behind by other hikers. But that's when things started to get extremely creepy once again.
Shelter log, where people write in their trail names and what's going on. They can write whatever they want in there. So it's kind of cool tradition here. So let's see what this one says. Little engine, back section. Hiking again finally. Great day on the AT. This was in August. Huh. Someone left some PBRs here, I guess. It's nice and little trail magic. Some comics and writing and stuff. Alright, let's see what's happened recently. Holy crap. Wait a second. Hold on, I'm adjust the camera here. This writing looks almost exactly like the writing that was on that garbage a couple of miles from here.
Even though the shelter Phil is staying in is more than 2 miles away and separated by a road from where he found the earlier notes, one detail immediately stands out. The handwriting in the shelter log is exactly the same. Whoever left the trash and disturbing notes along the trail had been here too. That realization alone is deeply unsettling, but it gets far worse when Phil begins reading what is actually written in the log. The words do not feel random, they feel personal, obsessive, and intentional. And in that moment, Phil realizes this was not just someone passing through the woods. The person who wrote those notes was moving between shelters, leaving messages behind, and staying close enough that Phil may not have been as alone as he believed. After reading the disturbing note, Phil tries to sleep that night. Every sound feels louder, every movement outside the shelter feels closer. But somehow the night passes without anything happening. Luckily, he makes it through until morning. As soon as daylight breaks, he packs his gear, walks straight back to his car, and leaves the area without looking back. Even now, it is impossible to imagine what the intentions of that person really were. Whether they were watching, one thing is certain. Phil was incredibly lucky to escape that place before something far worse could happen.